I needed 4 different colors for tissue paper in order to fill the favor boxes. But when I was shopping around, I couldn't find anything specific to the colors I needed, to whereas I had to buy 4 different packs of tissue paper. So I decided on buying white tissue paper and then just dyeing the tissue paper to what I needed. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I need to configure these colors. So I sat here and tried to be a mixologist and didn't know what I was doing, but everything turned out fine. I actually used paint and water, and then I had some leftover dyed water from the cheesecloth we did, and I ended up using that to mix up everything for the tissue paper and for the flower wall. So right now you're gonna watch me dye the tissue paper, and then I let that dry overnight in the sun, and then I dipped the coffee filters and then let that dry overnight in front of a fan. So lots of work again, but the process made it all worth it at the end. Everything was perfect. Sadly, I did not record myself finishing the tissue paper, which I had to kind of separate them a little bit because I felt like they were too thick to put through the shredder. And then I shredded each stack, by color. And I'll stick a picture up right here to show you how they turned out. And I was like, oh, look at me, big brain again. Perfect. I said, oh, we got a shredder at home. We don't ever need to get no more or nobody's tissue paper. I'm about to make my own tissue paper. Y'all, I have not been videotaping a lot of this flower wall, only because it has been the most tedious thing, only because I keep running out of coffee filters, only because I'm dyeing them kind of like a little by little, because I don't want to use all of them if I don't need them, because I know the last time I made a flower wall, I end up dyeing all the filters and they just sat in the garage for like ever, which I in turn used for what I'm doing now. And I because they were purple, they were like a light purple that I did last time, So what I did was I made more dark purples, and I made, which I think this is like the leftover remnants of it, but you see how this is kind of purple? I made these dark blues, and I made more dark purples with the light purples I had left over from last time I made a flower wall. So that's the only reason why it's taking me so long, is because I keep having to dye them, then I have to let them dry like overnight and things like that. So I have burnt my fingerprints off, I have burnt my elbows and my arms and forearms and stuff, but it is going along. I only have 2 more to fill in, and then I have 2 more ones that I have to completely do. So I plan on getting this done today. So I only have 2 complete 2 blank ones to do, and right now I'm just filling in these other ones that I did not finish. So I'm just kind of filling in right here. That's what I'm doing right now, and hopefully I'll be done in the next hour or so. I just dropped all my coffee filters. All right, I was gonna record, but not really. I don't have a lot of space either, so that's why I haven't been recording a whole bunch of stuff either too, because I have not had a lot of space. So I'm gonna let y'all go, and y'all gonna see this when it's finished. I decided to clear some space out of my phone so I could videotape some of this. So this is what I got. You have to separate each and every single one of these filters so that it won't be so thick going on. Of course, I mean, you do what you want when you do your own. You do what you want, see how you like it. But I was trying to make all these filters stretch, so I singled them out, and then I kind of just bunched them up at the ends. You see how I'm twirling them around? I just did that, threw on the hot glue on the board, and then just start placing them on there. I just did them randomly because then that way I can go back and see what needed to be filled in. And like I said, the biggest process was dyeing them and having them dry, but putting it together is relatively easy. I do have to add that I had help doing all of this stuff, and I actually had made a date for the girls to come out and, help me out with DIY and the last stuff, especially the cutting stuff. But they actually also threw me a surprise bridal shower on the same day. So after that, the girls came over and put their hands to work, baby. Alrighty, I ran into an issue. Now that we're done, almost done, I realized last minute that my light purples are all different purples. So I stopped because I want to try to see if I can get the darker purple, the darker lavender up here, if I can get the same color, and then that way I can put it throughout the this one right here, throughout the lighter ones. And that one up there is just a totally different color. Child, I did not realize what I was doing. I didn't realize I was making it lighter and lighter and lighter every time. But anyway, that's done. This is done. I'm gonna just fix this and be done with it.